It's time for Mornings at 8 with Jonathan Mark on AM 1480 WLEA.
Oh, yes, it is time for Mornings at 8. It is 8:05, and here we go. Wednesday, halfway through I don't know this week. Normally I say Wednesday is halfway through the week, but I'm thinking now that probably a lot of people are going to take a 4-day weekend, right? Because tomorrow is Independence Day, it's the 4th, and Friday, probably a lot of people are going to hook up Thursday and Friday, and then the weekend, right? So for a lot of people, this is probably the end of the work week. Wednesday, hey, that was nice. Let me see, where are we? Well, yesterday's edition of the Spectator, there was a really sort of an alarming story on the front page. It says, Hornell Rotary Club faces uncertain future. And the article is by Vanessa Helglund. I hope I have that last name right, Helglund. And she writes that apparently the Rotary Club in Hornell, 100 years old this year, is facing a crisis because it doesn't have a lot of members anymore. A lot of people, I guess, have dropped out, or maybe they moved or something like that. But, man, the Rotary Club is a really good, solid, worthwhile local, well, actually, it's worldwide, but the Rotary Club in Hornell does a lot of good. They help a lot of people in many, many ways. And the Rotary Club was once crammed with members. I mean, they had a bunch of members. And now, according to the article on the Hornell Rotary Club's Facebook page, their weekly meetings have dropped, well, this is an average, right? 4.1 people per meeting. 4 people. They used to have dozens, and now they're down to 4 people per meeting. And as I said, the Hornell Rotary Club does a lot of good for a lot of people. And wow. And you needn't be a business person to join, by the way. You can join the Rotary Club. It's pretty simple. Really nice people. Very, very nice people there. Yeah, I know a lot of them. And so I think, hey, you can contact the Hornell Rotary Club. They have a Facebook page and see how possible, maybe you can join. And their meetings are a lot of fun. I attended a couple or several. And they're a lot. I mean, they're really a hoot. I mean, they really are. And yeah. So the Hornell Rotary Club might go out of existence after 100 years. So, yeah, maybe I guess you can access their Facebook page and see how you can join. As I said, there are a lot of good service organizations locally, and the Rotary Club is one of the best. So there you go. Yeah, that was pretty alarming and very surprising, too. Okay, where are we here? Well, you've heard about the news stories last couple of days about the 4th of July celebration in Washington, D.C. Well, everybody's up in arms, and they're running around yelling and screaming and hooting and hollering, and everybody's mad at Trump. Of course they are, because everybody's always mad at Trump, right? Here's a story from the Washington Post, and the headline is, Park Service diverts $2.5 million in fees for Trump's July 4th extravaganza. Not the country's July 4th extravaganza, but Trump's. So apparently, it's his extravaganza, not for the country. The 4th of July really doesn't mean anything in this case. It's because it's Trump. And there you go. And the opening sentence, the National Park Service is diverting nearly $2.5 million in entrance and recreation fees primarily intended to improve parks across the country to cover costs associated with President Trump's Independence Day celebration Thursday on the Mall in Washington, according to 2 individuals who are familiar with the arrangement. So it isn't our Independence Day celebration, it's Trump's. Next line here. Trump administration officials have consistently refused to say how much taxpayers will have to pay for the expanded celebration on the Mall this year, which the president has dubbed the Salute to America. The 2 individuals who spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the matter confirmed the transfer of the Park Service funds on Tuesday. $2.5 million. You know how much money the federal government spends every year? Trillions of dollars. Trillions. So this is $2.5 million. That's nothing. I would say probably the federal government spends more than $2.5 million on paper clips every year. That's nothing. That's small change. So this apparently, though, it's a big deal. It's a really, really big deal. Okay. And then, by comparison, according to former Park Service Deputy Director Dennis Galvin, the entire 4th of July celebration on the mall typically costs the agency about $2 million. And here they are screaming and hooting and hollering because they're going to spend $2.5 million. So instead of $2 million, it'll be $2.5 million. What's the big deal? It's the 4th of July. It's the 4th of July. It's the biggest party that this country has. And $2.5 million is nothing. That's nothing. Anyway, let me... For Trump's planned speech at the Lincoln Memorial, probably the president will give a speech at the 4th of July celebration, right? I think. Anyway, for Trump's planned speech at the Lincoln Memorial, the White House is distributing VIP tickets to Republican donors and appointees, prompting objections from Democrat lawmakers who argue that the president has turned the annual celebration into a campaign-like event. And who's this expressing total outrage? We've never seen anything like this, says U.S. Senator Tom Udall of New Mexico. We've never seen anything like this. Really? A big celebration on the 4th of July on the mall. We've never seen anything like this. Really? Okay. Even as some critics questioned the White House's handling of access to the Lincoln Memorial, officials from the Pentagon and the Interior Department were scrambling to transform Trump's vision of an elaborate military and pyrotechnics display into reality. It's going to have 2 Abrams tanks, 2 Bradley fighting vehicles, and an M88 recovery vehicle somewhere on the mall. Right now, they're on train tracks in southeast Washington. That's where they're sitting right now. So let me see. By tapping entrance fees to cover the presidential event. See, it's a presidential event. It isn't the 4th of July. It isn't the country's birthday. It's a presidential event. Yeah. Interior is siphoning money that is typically used to enhance the visitor experience either on the mall or at smaller parks across the country, with projects ranging from road and bridge repair to habitat restoration. Okay, the transfer amounts to nearly 5% of the funds that less profitable parks used last year for upgrades, according to documents from the budget office. And who's this? The president and CEO of the National Parks Conservation Association said this is a breach of trust with the public. And let me see, Udall, here, the U.S. Senator Udall said Interior Secretary David Bernhardt had yet to respond to a request he and 2 other Senate Democrats made 2 weeks ago for a full accounting of how the event would be conducted and what it would cost. Aha, but it just said the headline is going to cost like $2.5 million. Okay, well, anyway, so everybody's all upset over what's going to happen on the 4th of July in Washington, and I don't understand it. I mean, if you can't celebrate the 4th in a big, grand fashion, then what? I don't know. I don't understand some people. I just don't. And speaking about not understanding people, there's a number of videos on YouTube, and they're made by Mark Dice. If you don't know who Mark Dice is, look him up on YouTube because he has some hilarious ones. And this is both hilarious and very sad. It's sadly hilarious, or hilariously sad. I'm not sure which. But anyway, he was, I think this was in San Diego. And he asked people, what does the 4th of July mean, right? Why do we celebrate the 4th of July? And the answers, I mean, hold on to your seat, because this is just too much. This is just too much. Brian, you want to hit it?
Independence from to celebrate the 4th of July?
I don't know.
What is the purpose of 4th of July celebrations?
I'm going to turn it to the guy in the USA shirt.
Fireworks. A little more specific. A little more specific.
Celebrating our independence.
There we go. A little more specific still. Independence
Day.
From a country Step in here at any time. Which country was that?
History was not my subject. I slept through that class.
And happy 4th of July.
Thank you. Happy 4th to you guys.
When Jesse Ventura, John Wilkes Booth, and the other founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, what year was that?
1870 something, but I don't remember the specific year.
Good grief.
What's the purpose of 4th of July weekend?
I know, celebrate our independence.
A little more specifically, please.
I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's all I know.
I'm revoking your celebration. You're no longer allowed to celebrate. Celebration canceled. Name 2 of the founding fathers of the United States.
Oh man, you had to start there, huh?
Washington. Hey, I'd asked him, not you. Oh. Okay, name one more.
George and Lincoln.
No. Hey, pipe down over there.
It was supposed to be. You're not putting this one on the
We're going to
internet.
have to deport you. No, you don't deserve to be an American.
Yeah.
Get out of our country. What year did the Declaration of Independence get signed? Just you. You first.
I'm sorry. I don't remember, honestly.
1875.
What year was the Declaration of Independence signed?
God. Come on, man.
You don't give
off
it away.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Yep, top. It's buried deep in there somewhere.
That's what I'm saying, off the top of my head.
Fourth
I don't
grade.
know, but
Hold on, we're still not done with you. We're celebrating independence. What does that mean exactly? Independence from who? 4th of July, what year? Come on. Hold on. Don't give it away.
come on, man. You putting him on the spot. You put him on the spot.
He needs a safe space. 4th of July weekend, we celebrate the Civil War victory, the North over the South, freeing of the slaves. What are you going to be doing to commemorate that?
It's a good question. Probably just out with family, friends, enjoying ourselves.
That's just unbelievable. That is just, well, wait a minute. Maybe it is believable. Entirely too believable. How? Is there any more of that, Brian? Or you
We
want
just X'd out of it. Do you want me to go back?
No, that's fine. I think I heard enough. I could imagine history teachers out there just falling out of their chairs. I mean, boom, crash. Now, our listeners are a lot smarter than that. I know. I respect you guys. I know you guys, okay? We know. But apparently in San Diego, they are totally clueless. I mean, just absolutely clueless. Dr. Gary Ostrower from Alva University said a week or two ago that history is not being taught enough or strongly enough or something. And boy, he was right on the money. I mean, he was right on the money. Of course, now this, once again, this is California. So you have to understand these are people in San Diego, California, and their brains are probably fried, I would imagine. But that is too much. When was the Declaration of Independence signed? I don't know, 1875? It's not even close. It's not even a right century. Boy, I watched that entire video this morning, and my jaw was just, it was amazing. Okay, fine. Well, enough of them. As I said, you guys know, but apparently in California they are totally clueless. Okay, well, things may be clueless in California, but things are okay in the city of Albany here in New York, because the Common Council in Albany has passed an ordinance that will allow residents to keep chickens in their backyard. Now, is that progress or what? Okay. There was a council member, let me see, Owusu Ainani. Owusu Ainani said, I believe passing this type of legislation sends a clear message about the type of Albany we want to become. Do we want to become a city that rejects bold ideas and initiative because it makes a few people uncomfortable? Or do we want to become a city that tries new things and is on the forefront of progress? And that was from Owusu Ainani, a council member in the city of Albany. So they're on the forefront of progress in Albany. They're going to allow backyard chickens. Okay, the ordinance, the proposal passed 12-1, so only one person objected. And why did he object? They don't say. Anyway, he objected. Maybe he doesn't like chickens. The guy's anti-chicken. I don't know. Okay, let me see. In March, Anani, along with fellow council members Tom Huey and Judy Doshadi, proposed to amend the city's prohibition on farm animals to allow backyard hens, but not roosters. Not roosters? Wait a minute. Isn't that sexist? So how come people can have hens, but not roosters? I don't understand. And that's in Albany, a progressive city, on the forefront of progress. So they're not going to allow roosters. As I said, that's pure sexism. Okay, fine. Let me see. It also sets requirements on setbacks from neighboring properties, details how coops should be built and maintained, and requires residents to pay $25 annually for a license to keep the birds. And it also prevents people from slaughtering their hens. So you can keep these pet chickens, but you can't, no chicken wings, right? Let me see. Roosters will still be prohibited because of their penchant for crowing at early hours and their possible aggressiveness. As I said, that is pure sexism. Other farm animals, including cows, horses, pigs, and ducks, remain prohibited. So how come you can keep a chicken, but you can't keep a duck? I mean, now a duck's a duck and a chicken's a chicken, right? But duck is like in the same family as a hen, right? I don't know. Okay, so there we are. Also, the city's codes department will enforce the revised ordinance, inspect homes before granting permits, and issue warnings for any violations. If violations aren't corrected within 48 hours, people could lose their permit for keeping hens. So that's the way things are going in the city of Albany. So everything's all right in Albany. Albany on the forefront of progress, according to Owusu Anani. So there we go. Okay, hey, insurance. All right. The Ryan agencies. They have insurance offices in Hornell, Jasper, and Wellsville. They are your local independent insurance agency. And why an independent agency or agent like the Ryan agencies? Well, the Ryan agencies, they do the insurance shopping for you. It's like having your own personal insurance shopper, and trying to find your way through all that stuff would be hard on your own. So you need a personal insurance shopper. The Ryan agencies have access to many insurance companies to find the best rates for you. They're insurance experts. They offer sound, unbiased advice. They're friendly. They're local. They are the Ryan agencies.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In soccer, the Women's World Cup semifinals saw the USA beat England 2-1. Alex Morgan scored the game-winning goal on her 30th birthday. As the U.S. advances to the final, they'll face the winner of the upcoming Sweden-Netherlands match. The finals on Sunday, and you can see it on Fox. In baseball games of note, the Angels played their first game since the death of pitcher Tyler Skaggs on Tuesday. They go out and beat the Rangers in Arlington 9-4. Nationals beat the Marlins 3-2. Arizona starting pitcher Patrick Corbin changed his number to wear number 45 of his friend Tyler Skaggs. He went out and pitched 7 innings, allowed 1 run, 6 hits, and a no decision. The Nats win it on a Trey Turner walk-off double. Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 5-4. Now Arizona led this game 4-3 in the ninth with 2 out, and then Diamondbacks pitchers proceeded to walk 5 straight batters and hand the Dodgers the win. Mets over the Yankees 4-2. The Bronx Bombers did not hit a home run, snapping their own major league record of 31 consecutive games, hitting at least 1 home run.
New to golf or seasoned veteran, you'll enjoy the casual, relaxed atmosphere of Vanderview Golf Course. 2 miles from downtown Alfred on Waterwells Road, Vanderview is a 9-hole executive-length golf course with a driving range on one side of the road and the course on the other. Family-friendly and fun recreation for everyone. Greens fees are one price for unlimited play, $9.50. High school students, only $5. Children 12 and under with an adult, no charge. You can play up to 18 holes or 9 holes with a cart and get the second 9 holes at no additional charge. Ladies and senior golfers who don't hit the long ball, Vanderview's got the executive length that's just right for your game. And new this year, a season pass for only $100. That's a lot of golfing fun for a very little bit of money. Vanderview Golf Course, 2 miles from downtown Alfred on Waterwells Road. Vanderview Golf Course.
From the Fox Business Network, Tesla shares are rallying this morning after the auto company's spring quarter was stronger than expected. Tesla delivered more than 95,000 cars in the period, topping expectations by nearly 5,000. It's a turnaround for Tesla after a slow start to the year. Christine Lagarde, currently head of the International Monetary Fund, is expected to become the first woman to run the European Central Bank. Its current leader, Mario Draghi, completes his term October 31st. An icon of U.S. industry, Lee Iacocca, has died. He's credited with saving Chrysler Corporation in the 80s and in the 60s leading the team that created the Ford Mustang. Lee Iacocca was 94. The Dow was up 69 yesterday. NASDAQ added 17. The S&P was up 8. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And now get your first month's supply for just $5 at 4hims.com/Chris. Hims connects you with real doctors online who can prescribe the medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. So easy. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to 4hims.com/Chris. That's 4hims.com/Chris.
Today at Simmons Rockwell Nissan in Horseheads and Hornell, drive away in a new Nissan Rogue lease for only $279 a month. A new 2019 all-wheel drive Nissan Rogue S model with rear cross traffic alert, blind spot warning, and touchscreen display. Lease with no money down for $279 a month for 36 months. Only tax and DMV fees are due at signing. Shop Simmons-Rockwell.com.
And we're back. Lee Iacocca was 94 years old. I'm not quite sure, but I believe that Lee Iacocca was the first CEO of a major corporation to be the company's spokesman, I think, and that was in the 70s. Or maybe it was the 80s. I don't remember. Either the 70s or the 80s, but up until that time, the CEO of a company was not its spokesman, and he was the first one. I also believe that Lee Iacocca paid for the repair and upgrade of the Statue of Liberty. And this was in the 70s. That, I'm pretty sure about that, too. Anyway, he was really a remarkable guy, 94 years old. Well, let me see here. I told you about the chickens in Albany. Okay, that made no sense. This makes a lot of sense by comparison, right? How about this? This is from CNN. A man threw a birthday party for a 3-month-old pothole on his street, desperate to get the city's attention. And there's a picture of a pothole, and there's a little plate with a piece of cake on it and a fork, and a 3, the letter 3 like a candle, It said, fed up with the hundreds of potholes that line Kansas City streets and a perceived lack of urgency from the city to fix them, Frank Serrano decided the best way to solve the problem was to celebrate it. So he threw a birthday party. He threw a birthday party for the 3-month-old pothole on his street, complete with a slice of cake and a candle on top. I didn't sing to him, he told CNN. I thought about it, but it was a little warm, so I said, we'll just do the cake. So, sure enough, within days of posting a photo of the festivities to Facebook, the Public Works Department filled a hole. The hole is one of hundreds he has reported to the city without a response. We have to be as creative as we can to get things fixed, he told CNN. For me, it's just about making sure my neighbors and my voice are continuously heard. Well, there you go. He first reported this particular pothole in March. It's 3 inches deep and 2 feet wide. All right. He's seen more and more potholes populate his neighborhood's roads over the past 20 years, and he said, and a particularly harsh winter cracked open hundreds more. Well, that's what, hot and cold is going to cause a pothole, right? So there you go. So we threw a birthday party for a pothole. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, and there you go. And I guess, that's it. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow at 8:05. Bye.